Have you ever woken up and felt like your body is older than the years on your birth certificate? That stiffness in your knees, the ache in your lower back, the mental fog that takes ages to clear. This feeling has a name. It's the difference between your chronological age, the number on your ID, and your biological age, the true age of your cells. While the former is inevitable, the latter is surprisingly malleable. Recent studies from Stanford University and the Salk Institute have been intensely exploring the markers of biological aging, such as telomere length and systemic inflammation levels. They've discovered that our lifestyle can drastically accelerate or decelerate this internal clock. For those of us over 50, this is the most important information we could receive. It's not about finding the fountain of youth, but about understanding that the small daily decisions, especially the ones we make right after waking up, can have a disproportionate impact on our health and vitality. Imagine if there was a way to adjust this biological clock, to start each day not just feeling good, but actively rejuvenating your body at a cellular level. The good news is, science is pointing towards an answer. If you've ever felt frustrated by this disconnect between your age and how your body feels, type "me too" in the comments. You're about to discover that this frustration can have an end, and it starts with the first 5 minutes of your day. The answer to this frustration isn't in magic pills or grueling, hour-long workout routines. The science of healthy aging is increasingly focused on low-impact, high-efficiency interventions. And this is where what the internet has started calling the 5-minute morning habit that reverses your biological age comes in. But what exactly is this habit? Forget intense runs or lifting weights before your coffee. We're talking about a carefully designed sequence of joint mobility movements, combined with a controlled breathing technique. Think of it not as exercise, but as a cellular awakening. Instead of forcing the body, the idea is to gently and intelligently invite it out of its overnight state of rest and stiffness. During sleep, our tissues can accumulate fluids and metabolic byproducts, causing that familiar morning stiffness. This 5-minute habit acts like a gentle hydraulic pump, promoting circulation of synovial fluid in the joints, oxygenating muscles, and most importantly, sending a signal to your nervous system that the day is beginning from a place of calm and control, not stress and rush. This ritual is designed to directly combat two of the biggest culprits behind accelerated aging. The first is a silent enemy that settles into our joints and organs, a process that many scientists now call inflammaging. Inflammaging, or age-associated chronic low-grade inflammation, is one of the most important concepts in modern gerontology. A paper published in the prestigious journal Nature describes how this constant, silent inflammation is a common factor behind many chronic diseases we associate with aging. It doesn't hurt like an acute injury, but it acts like rust, slowly wearing down our cells, our arteries, and even our brains. The morning stiffness you feel isn't just an annoyance. It's a physical symptom of this inflammatory state. It's your body signaling that overnight repair processes weren't enough to combat the accumulated inflammation. And this is where the first part of our 5-minute habit comes into play. Joint mobility. Gentle, controlled movements, like neck rolls, shoulder circles, and spinal flexion and extension, the cat-cow movement, do more than just loosen up muscles. They stimulate the lymphatic system, which is responsible for draining inflammatory waste from tissues. Furthermore, by moving your joints through their full range of motion, you increase the production of synovial fluid, our joints' natural lubricant, which is rich in nutrients and helps reduce friction and inflammation. So, these first few minutes aren't just about feeling less stiff. They are an active anti-inflammatory therapy. But fighting inflammation is only half the battle against biological aging. There's another, even more powerful force dictating how quickly our bodies age. That other force is stress. And I'm not just talking about the mental stress of a workday or a bill to pay. I'm talking about physiological stress, commanded by a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol has a natural rhythm. It peaks about 30 to 45 minutes after we wake up. This is normal and healthy. It's what helps us wake up and have energy for the day. The problem, as detailed in research from Harvard Medical School, is that a chronically stressful lifestyle, combined with the natural aging of the stress response system, can cause these cortisol levels to remain elevated for longer than necessary. Chronically high cortisol is a poison to rejuvenation. It degrades skin collagen, suppresses the immune system, interferes with memory, and most critically, promotes the systemic inflammation we just discussed. It creates a vicious cycle. Stress causes inflammation, and inflammation causes more physiological stress on the body. Starting the day with your phone in hand, reading anxious news, or jumping out of bed straight into a to-do list, pours fuel on this cortisol fire. We are, unknowingly, accelerating our own aging before we even have breakfast. So, how can we intervene in this hormonal and biochemical process in just 5 minutes? The answer lies in a powerful tool we all possess, but rarely use with intention: our own breath. The connection between breath and our stress state isn't philosophy, it's pure neuroscience. Within our bodies, we have the autonomic nervous system, which operates in 2 main modes: the sympathetic, our accelerator, fight or flight, and the parasympathetic, our brake, rest and digest. Aging and chronic stress leave us stuck in sympathetic mode. The key to shifting this is a long, winding nerve called the vagus nerve, which runs from your brain down to your abdomen, connecting with your heart, lungs, and digestive system. Stimulating the vagus nerve is the fastest, most direct way to activate the parasympathetic system and apply the brakes to stress. And how do we do that? Through slow, controlled, diaphragmatic breathing. When you inhale deeply, expanding your belly, and exhale even more slowly, you are literally sending a safety signal to your brain via the vagus nerve. This is the second part of our 5-minute habit. After the mobility movements, we dedicate 1 or 2 minutes to this breathing. A study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine showed that slow breathing practices can significantly lower salivary, cortisol levels and blood pressure in just minutes. By doing this first thing in the morning, you actively modulate that morning cortisol spike, transforming it from an aging agent into an ally for a gentle, controlled awakening. This practice not only calms the mind, it physically protects your cells from stress-induced oxidative damage. But how does this reduction in stress and inflammation actually translate to reversing biological age? To understand this, we need to talk about telomeres. Think of telomeres like the plastic tips on your shoelaces. They are protective caps on the ends of our chromosomes, which hold our DNA. Every time a cell divides, a small piece of these telomeres is lost. Over time, they become so short that the cell can no longer divide and enters a state of senescence, or aging. Telomere length is therefore one of the most accurate markers of our biological age. The big question is, can we do anything to protect our telomeres? The answer is yes. Elizabeth Blackburn, who won the Nobel Prize for her research on telomeres, has published studies showing that chronic stress is one of the main factors that accelerates telomere shortening. Cortisol and inflammation create a toxic cellular environment that damages these protective caps. On the other hand, practices that reduce stress, such as meditation and gentle movement, the exact components of our morning habit, have been shown to have a protective effect. A landmark study on prostate cancer survivors found that those who adopted lifestyle changes, including stress management, experienced a significant increase in their telomere length after 5 years. If you're enjoying understanding the science behind a longer, healthier life, hit that like button. It helps us get this information to more people who need it. Now that we understand the scientific why behind this habit, let's get to the practical and safe how. The beauty of this routine lies in its simplicity and adaptability. Remember, the goal isn't to sweat or feel pain, but to move with intention and gentleness. Let's break down the 5 minutes. Minute 1. Neck and shoulder wake up. Sitting on the edge of your bed or a chair, slowly begin to turn your head, making a semicircle from one shoulder to the other. Don't force it. Then, do 5 to 10 gentle shoulder rolls backward and forward. This releases tension accumulated in the neck and traps. Minute 2. Spinal mobility cat-cow. If you can, get on all fours on the floor. Inhale as you arch your back down, looking up cow pose. Exhale as you round your back up, tucking your chin to your chest, cat pose. If you can't get on the floor, do this while seated, holding your knees and moving only your spine. Repeat 5 to 8 times. This hydrates your vertebral discs. Minute 3. Hip release. Lying on your back, bring one knee at a time towards your chest. Hold for a few seconds. Then, still lying down, make gentle circles with each knee, as if drawing on the ceiling. The hips are where we accumulate a lot of tension, and releasing them improves circulation to the legs. Minute 4 and 5. Diaphragmatic breathing. Now, the most important part. Sit comfortably or remain lying down. Place one hand on your belly. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, feeling your belly rise. Pause for a moment. Then exhale slowly through your mouth or nose for 6 seconds, feeling your belly fall. Focus only on the rhythm of your breath. This longer exhale is what truly activates the vagus nerve. Do this for 2 minutes. It's crucial to have realistic expectations and understand the limitations of what we're discussing. The phrase reverse biological age is powerful, but this 5-minute habit is not a bottled fountain of youth. It would be unethical and scientifically inaccurate to promise that this routine, in isolation, will make you 10 years younger. Science shows us that this practice can indeed positively influence key aging markers, such as inflammation, C-reactive protein, cortisol levels, and telomere protection. It reverses the trend of accelerated aging caused by stress and inactivity. However, aging is a multifactorial process. This morning habit is a fundamental piece, but it must be combined with other evidence-based practices for maximum effect. This includes a diet rich in anti-inflammatories, like the Mediterranean diet, quality restorative sleep, regular exercise that includes strength and cardio, and, something often overlooked, strong social connections. Think of this 5-minute habit as the rudder of your ship. It's not the engine, but it's what sets the direction for a healthier day, and consequently, for a longer, more vital life. It sets a positive physiological and mental tone that makes it easier to make other healthy choices. Throughout the day, consistency here is far more important than intensity. Doing this every day is what creates lasting biochemical change. In summary, what we've learned today is that we are not at the mercy of our chronological clock. Our biological age, the one that truly matters for our quality of life, can be influenced. We've discovered that the silent villains of accelerated aging, chronic inflammation, and dysregulated hormonal stress, can be combated with tools we already possess. This 5-minute habit, combining gentle joint mobility with controlled diaphragmatic breathing, is a powerful, science-backed strategy to start the day in an optimal physiological state. It not only alleviates morning stiffness, but actively reduces inflammation, modulates cortisol, and helps protect our DNA from the wear and tear of time. It's a small action with a giant biochemical impact. But, and this is the most important thing of all, before starting this or any other health routine, it is absolutely essential that you speak with your doctor or physical therapist. They know your health history and can ensure these movements are safe and appropriate for you, especially if you have pre-existing conditions like arthritis, osteoporosis, or back problems. Your health is your greatest wealth, and decisions about it should always be made in partnership with a qualified professional. If you found this video helpful, share it with a friend or family member who could also benefit. And to continue receiving science-backed health tips for a long and fulfilling life, subscribe to our channel. Take good care, and we'll see you in the next video.